Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl again, Rini. Today's topic, I want to talk to that person who is struggling to work from home with their kids. As you all know, due to the pandemic or any other reasons, we have been working from home for the longest time. So this is how I plan myself. This is how I do my things to help me work from home successfully with the kids. Okay, guys, so number one thing you have to put in place is that you have to have a schedule. My sister, my brother, if without a schedule with the kids, you're never going to, it is not going to work for you. So the first thing, have a schedule. You get to know when you wake up, they have to have time for a breakfast, lunch time, movie time, a nap time, and outdoor activities. You have to put all those things in place. So when you're putting all those things in place, kids are busy on this side, and you also have to schedule yourself on the kind of things you're going to do at those certain time. You see, so that you don't get interrupted, because with kids you cannot do this thing, with one thing, without them coming to interrupt you here and then, every time and then. Okay, as much as you're having a schedule, guys, you also have to make this thing be a routine. You got to have a routine for yourself. You got to have a routine with the kids. As you're planning your schedule, you have to make them learn that is the routine. They wake up to this and this. You also wake up to this and this, so that you plan yourself well. You also need to have a me time. You need to have a me time. You got time for your gym time. That is why you personally need to, at least you wake up earlier than your kids. Wake up earlier than your kids to meet some goals that you cannot do when they are around. So the other tip is that, guys, don't forget to prioritize. Prioritize your work according to the highest probability of being interrupted by your kids to the lowest probability of being interrupted with your kids. That is the way to go. Like, there's certain jobs that you cannot work on when you're dealing with your kids. So, like, for example, you need to wake up early. Wake up earlier than your kids to handle your official work emails, for example. And for example, at the nap time, when the kids are also taking a nap, you can be doing those kind of jobs that did not really need a lot of attention. Or when the kids are having an outdoor activity, maybe with their nanny, and you can have a peaceful time to do the work. So yes, you need to really prioritize your kind of work, the kind of work you're going to do at a certain time. Yeah. So guys, the other thing is that sorry, the other thing is that you as well need to have an activity with your kids. Engage your activities with your kids too. Like, when you're having that kind of work that has a lower probability of being interrupted, so you need to be working with them. Like, when you're doing something that does not need a lot of attention, you can also be having your kids playing alongside with you. So they play on the other side, and you're doing your work on this other side. That way, kids also feel like they are involved in your kind of work. They are involved, and you are part of them. They will not feel neglected. So yes, you need to have an activity. You need to involve your kids in what you're doing. Yeah, that is how it should be. Okay, guys, so the next thing is that you personally need to have a designated place where you can be doing your work. Like, for example, personally, this is my designated place that I always work on. But because of the kids, I cannot even have a laptop around. But still, we are trying to adopt to the new normal, because I also have to train them that this is where mommy works. This is where mommy works, and mommy doesn't need any interruption. And because they are still too young, like my last one is still too young and he cannot understand. He cannot understand. So I have to clear up everything after I am done. But then with time, we are going to develop our character and know that this is my place of work. No one should be coming to my place of work. You see, yeah, so you need to have a designated area where you always work, and your kids must also know that that is a place that daddy or mommy always works. So they should not be coming to interrupt you anytime. Okay, so guys, the other thing is that as much as now we are working home, you also need to communicate. Communication is very, very key also, because now you're working at home and we cannot be working with the normal traditional working hour, So yes, you need to communicate. Whether you are communicating to your boss or you're self-employed, you need to communicate to your workmates, you need to communicate to your employer that at a certain time, that is when you can work, that is when you can respond to your emails, that is when you can engage your workmates. Yes, so yes, communication is very, very much important, even if it is with your spouse. Even if it is with your spouse, with your siblings, let me say so, you need to communicate to them that at a certain time, you will be busy doing something. At a certain time, that is when you can engage them. So yes, communication is also very key. It is also very key. Always communicate to your people. Always communicate to people that this and this will be happening at a certain time. Okay, so the other thing, you just have to accept that now you're home, you're working with your kids, and it can never be easy. Yes, some tips will work, sometimes it will not work. You will still get interrupted. So when it doesn't work, just take it easy, ease yourself, breathe in and out. Make sure you can make it up next time. If the kids are getting fussy, you just have to handle things one by one. Look after the kids. Look after the kids first. Make sure they are stable. Make sure they are emotionally stable first. Then you can get to the other thing. You can get back to your work. You have to do one thing at a time for you to manage everything. Above all, I wish you the best. It is going to work for you either way. Just try to relax, breathe in and out. Okay, guys, so all that said and done, that is exactly how I managed to work from home with my kids. So above all, the most important thing is to have a schedule. The most important thing is to have a schedule. Everything else will fall in place. So thank you so much for watching this video. These tips are going to help you work successfully from home with your kids. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so. I'm really going to appreciate. Thank you one more time. See you next time with very, very amazing tips again.